Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. Just a few days ago I was going through my camera bags. I keep a different camera in each camera bag, one for my Canon R6 and my Lumix and so on and so forth. And I was thinking, what could help new photographers improve their game in a hurry and in the easiest way? So I came up with these ideas and I want you to try these and see if they work for you. Let's get started. So the first thing I come up with is most of us, if not all of us, are in a habit. We generally shoot the same focal length all the time. Even if you're using like a 24-70, if you'll go back and look at your pictures in Photoshop, you'll find that you're probably shooting, anywhere from the 28 to the 35 range more often, or you could be somebody who's in the 50 to 60 range more often. I was pretty surprised by the results when I went back and looked at some of my shots. What I'd like for you to do, if you normally shoot toward the 24 to the 30, the wider, I'd like for you to take a month and shoot, on a 24 to 105, shoot it between 70 and 105. If you shoot prime, say you shoot at 35 most of the time, grab a 50 or an 85 millimeter and shoot with it. So, and if you only have one lens and you can't really afford to switch lenses, like I said, go back and look in Photoshop. If you've got a 24 to 105 that you use most of the time and you find you're shooting down on the 24 end, jump it up and shoot it around 60 to 70 and do that for an entire month. It'll change the way you see your shots, and I think it will help you improve your photography. Now, if you're doing paid shoots like weddings, don't do it during then, but not during paid shoots, but any other time that you're practicing or whatever you're doing, grab a whole different focal length and focus on just that, and I think it will change the way you see through your lens. The next idea is I'd like for you to shoot black and white. Now this will be a bigger change than you think, because when you're shooting color, a lot of times what makes your image stand out is the beautiful colors, the beautiful sky, the beautiful ocean, or whatever it may be that just stands out. Well, when you're shooting black and white, you won't have that. So when you're shooting black and white, you're going to be forced to find a subject. You're going to be forced to find leading lines because you can't fall back on just the beautiful colors. So take 30 days after you do your change of your lenses for 30 days, jump into shooting black and white every day for 30 days. And again, this is not for your paid shoots, this is just for your practicing and trying to get better. So shoot black and white every day for 30 days and it will really gear your mind so that when you go back to color, you'll see things completely different. You won't be dependent on the beautiful skies and the beautiful colors that you see as much as you will be on the more important things like your subject or whatever the case may be, but it will change your brain to see things in a different way, and that's a good thing. You want to be able to see things in a different way. That's the difference between a professional photographer and an amateur, is the way you see things. Anybody can get beautiful pictures in a beautiful location, but a photographer's got to be able to get creative shots in a location that's not so beautiful, and I think going to the black and white will help train your brain to go that route. Hey guys, I just want to take this second of your time. If you guys would please hit like and subscribe, it would go a long ways toward helping our channel and help us keep making these videos. Thank you. Now this one, and some of these I've mentioned before, but I thought I'd put them all in one video. Shoot different angles. Like the picture of this car I've got above. Everybody sees this car or every car 10,000 times a day the same exact way. You're driving down the highway, you're driving down the road. Everybody sees your car the same way every day, 365 days a year. So take a look at these shots. These are shot from different angles. So if you're photographing a car that's for sale, or if you're just wanting to practice shooting different angles, you can practice with a car. And you see that some of these angles I'm putting above, these are completely different. People don't see that angle every day, so it gives your car a more unique look. It really jumps out and it stands out and says, wow, that's really cool looking. And all you've done is change your angle. So you can get down low and shoot up high, and depending on your lenses, like if you're using wide angle lenses, you'll notice your arms get really long. If you're like 16 millimeter, you can throw your arms out and they'll look 12 foot long. So go different angles. You can go, tilt your camera a little bit sideways, go down low, and especially with the new cameras, it's easier. Just flip out the screen and hold it down low and shoot up. One picture that comes to mind, I don't have one to show, but lines going down the middle of the road. If you hold a camera down on those lines and shoot up, that gives you a whole different perspective of how the road will look. So, and finding different angles is, again, the difference between an amateur and a professional. If you can find creative angles, you can make a not so pretty area look really nice and make it really stand out from the normal. And that's what you need to be able to do. So between changing your lenses for 30 days, or change your focal length. Let me say focal length, because you may not have a lot of lenses. So if you just got one lens, change your focal length, and then spend 30 days shooting black and white, and then spend 30 days trying to find different angles. That right there is going to train your brain to see things entirely different. And in 90 days, you'll just be a whole different photographer. It's amazing how it works. But once you get your brain trained to see these things, to spot the stuff that other people don't see, that's what's going to set you apart. Number 4, use a flash. Every day. Do it for 30 days. If you've only got one flash, just use the one light source. You can put it on top of your camera if you need to. Bounce the flash. If you have to, point it directly at your subject, although that's not recommended because of harsh shadows and red eye. But for this, just put it on top of your camera and either bounce it if you're outside, just shoot it directly. And I'm not recommending that to do permanently, but just for this experiment, put the flash on top of the camera and use it however you have to get a good image. Now, you can also, if you have like a Godox transmitter, you can take a regular flash, another Godox flash, and put it off to the side and use an off-camera flash. Now, that will really step up your pictures if you can do that, but everybody doesn't always have the equipment to do that, and it is a little bit more trouble. So if you're just wandering around practicing, you have to have your transmitter and your light stand and your off-camera flash. But maybe you can do a few shoots with some people. If you don't have them booked, offer somebody to do a free shoot. Go and practice with your off-camera flash. But get a flash and all the pictures. So that is 4 different assignments for 4 months. By the time you're done, your photography game will be at a whole new level. I guarantee it. And 1/5 one, this is your bonus. A lot of people may not even know this is on your camera, especially some of you younger guys in your early 20s. But older guys, once you get over 30, especially over 40, a lot of things don't always look sharp when you're looking through your viewfinder. Well, right up on top of your camera, right by the viewfinder, is a little dial. Here is your viewfinder on the back, and most cameras have a diopter. It's just a little dial that you can turn. So if you have problems, you can take off your glasses and you want to be able to see through your camera just like you have your glasses on. Dial that diopter till everything looks clear, but don't look at the images. Look at the information. Look at where it says your f-stop, your ISO. Dial it till that is extremely clear, and that will help a lot, because if you go to a camera with your glasses on, everything gets crazy looking. Pull your glasses off, adjust that diopter to your eyesight. I know in times past at weddings, when my eyes were starting to change when I was in my early 40s, I would switch the diopter for my eyes, and then at a wedding I would hand off the camera to my wife. She'd be like, I can't see, nothing's in focus. I'm like, I changed the diopter, just change it back to what you want. But like I said, when you do change the diopter, look at your settings around it. Don't look at the picture to get the diopter clear. Look at the settings, f2.8, whatever it may be. Dial that in so that those numbers are clear. And I think if you guys do that for 4 or 5 months, your whole perspective in photography will change. You'll have a whole different outlook, and I think your photography game will just go through the roof, because you will have trained your eye to work with different focal lengths. You'll have trained your eye to shoot black and white, and then you have to have a subject. You have to have leading lines. You have to have something to grab somebody's attention when you're shooting black and white. Then when you throw in the shooting different angles, that just changes everything on top of the lens and the black and white. And then when you throw in the flash, you're just good to go after that. That's 4 or 5 months worth of work practicing. And then after that's done, take all those ideas, push them all together into a big sandwich, and now you have a whole new eye for photography, and you will see things differently that you never thought would be possible before. But it will be because you train your brain to photograph in these different ways. So I think if you guys try that, it'll really work. If you have any questions, or if you're having any issues getting something to work, leave a comment down at the bottom, or my email's down at the bottom also. I think if you guys try this, you will really, really like it. I'm a very hands-on person. My wife, she can read a book and remember everything in it. I can read a book and I forget what the page before said. So I'm a hands-on kind of guy. And I think for most photographers are hands-on. Now there will be some exceptions, but I think most of us are hands-on. We have to do it and see what it looks like. So take these ideas and practice with them, put them to work, and in 6 months get back with me and tell me that your photography hasn't upped its game by a lot. You'll be very surprised. But just practice, 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 and you will get better. Ask questions. You can ask me questions, photographers there's guys on my website that have been shooting for years. We're all able to help you, and we all love to help everybody, because we were beginners at one time too. Jump into this, give it a big shot. I really, really believe it will up your photography game. And once you get your photography game up, if you're striving to be a professional photographer as a living, once you do this for about 6 months, you'll be able to charge more because your pictures will have a whole new look. You'll probably end up changing your entire website, your business cards, whatever you're doing. You'll probably have everything changed in about 6 months because you won't believe how much better your pictures are going to look. But anyway, I will shut up for now, but you guys go try that and it will work. Like I said, if we're helping you guys out, give us a big thumbs up and please hit that subscribe button. You guys have a good day. Thanks.